Sorry. I want to say my own personal experience. Don't mind NYC. Peter knows this lady I'm talking about. This lady was the center of everything. As in, she was. And I was in the race too. Chill. I was in the race too. And even outside there, I had some conversation with her. The people she was mentioning that were in her DM, and not even mentioned that I actually confirmed. I'd be like, this was Agba. But I won the race.
Sir, please, let's clarify.
Okay, so you didn't back out.
And I won the race. You won!
Okay, let's clarify. You didn't race to knock or the race to marry. They are two players. Chill now.
So let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Adefolami Agumbiade. You're welcome to the greatest show in the land, the Darkpore show. We help people start things. It's a practical show. We help young people start things, start new careers, new families, new relationships, and figure out exactly how the world works. On today's show, we have one of our long-time listeners. TY is a 26-year-old a software developer from Canada, and he is writing the panel of wise elders at the Darkpore show. Is seeking for counsel with his love dilemma. And we invite each and every one of you watching this to follow us on this journey as we counsel TY into making the right decisions for love. None of these decisions are perfect decisions. None of the counsel you hear are without consequences. And so if there's anything you do not agree with, feel free to comment in the comment section below. So to join me in today's show, from right to left, or from left to right.
I am married, happily married with beautiful, lovely children.
Sweet. Okay, I'm Akamalafe Abisola. Facebook Akamalafe Abisola. Manata Diketo. I'm single and ready to mingle.
I am Frank Oluwaseun, architect. Facebook at Frank Oluwaseun as well. I am single and I'm good with the ladies as well.
I am Lawal Abiodun. I'm an hairstylist. I'm single. Facebook handle Lawal Abiodun Poyemi.
I'm Glory. Single and ready to mingle.
That's right.
And I'm Gabriel, data scientist, single, in good company, and in search for more.
Yeah, I'm Toby. Instagram handle Toby with 3 underscores. I'm single.
I'm Imade Steven. IG Imade Steven. I'm single. I'm not married.
I'm Benita. Facebook Benita Onyema. Single.
I'm Katrina. Facebook Katrina Felix. I'm single and not ready to mingle.
Wow. Why?
I'm Daisy. I'm single.
Really?
Twitter Daisy_Kachi.
I'm Juan. I'm STS. I'm single to stupor.
I'm OG. I'm not yet married. What's up, OG?
I'm Ife. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm single FB Ife.
I'm Lois. I'm a fashion designer and I'm single. Instagram handle Imade.
Yeah, I'm Olayemi. Bendy Fat Instagram. And I'm single.
All right, so we're back on the show. So
everybody's single.
You're not married, you're single.
So you can speak for yourself.
You don't want to reverse.
So just speak for yourself. Okay, so all right. So on today's show, we're giving advice to a young man. He's a long-time viewer of the channel, and he seeks your advice. So feel free, after you listen, this is the email. You're going to read this email alongside with us. Okay? The email will be on the screen. And then please feel free to give him counsel because he needs your advice, really. Okay, before he does something he can't recover from. So he needs your advice. So let's get started. So again, this is the email from a viewer. I am not the one who wrote this email. Okay, even though I'm reading in my voice. So TY says, good day team. Would appreciate the amazing team at the Darkpore show to kindly share their advice on this my current situation. I'm a 26-year-old young man based in Canada, currently involved in a long-term potential relationship with a 20-year-old second-year Uniport student. I was introduced to her through my cousin in Nigeria as they both attend same church in Nigeria, and her contact was given to me. We've been talking for over 4 months now, and each time we talk, I get deeper into her. I have been in 2 relationships in the past while I was in Nigeria, and while the first relationship was cool, the very second relationship was very toxic, and the lady was older than me by over 8 years without my knowledge. I was 24 then, and she was around 32 years old, but told me she was 28. She was controlling, bossy, and saucy, but that's a long epistle. Back to Cindy, not her real name though. She's not ready to be in a relationship right now until she's in her final year, which is in 2 years' time. And she says she would like to be married by 24, which is 4 years from now. I, on the other hand, I'm 26 and I would love to get married by the time I'm 28 or 29 years old. My concerns are as follows. 1, it's quite interesting that even though I'm meeting lots of beautiful ladies and girls in Canada on a daily basis and mingling with them, Cindy is always on my mind. And each time we talk, I get deeper into her. I've literally told my family and close friends, both male and female, about her. I'm the last born though. 2, I'm scared women change, and when she's eventually ready, she might move on to another guy, leaving me really heartbroken. Though I was planning to visit Nigeria next year because of her, but I was advised by close friends and family to get a certain level of commitment from her before visiting Nigeria so as not to be more heartbroken. 3, I feel very vulnerable when I think about her, although I would like to confess, initially before meeting her, I've had romantic and sexual relationship with lots of whites and Latinos here in Canada. But since meeting her, I've literally stopped all that, and she's the only one on my mind. I text her daily and I call her once a week. Even though I'm skeptical on using money to lead the relationship so it doesn't backfire on me, I've sent a few funds and plan on sending her something substantial for her birthday in September. As at the time of this recording, September is next month. Okay, update on this. I've sent her a series of funds at a point. I was doing 20K per week for like 3 weeks straight. But then she said I shouldn't really be sending her funds and all. 5, I'm honestly really scared with respect to her that I might lose her, and I've really tried to scratch the whole thing. But I see her when I close my eyes. I literally think of her all the time. Though I'm the one always texting and calling, she never does. I've tried to go say a day without texting to see if she texts back, but she never does. So I will text back. I haven't brought it up with her since we're not dating. Update on this. She now texts and she calls occasionally. 6, would appreciate sincere and honest advice. Am I simping? Wasting my time? Or should I give it time and play the long game? With her, it's just different and it feels right. I've literally pictured my wedding day play out severally in many scenarios in my head with her. So he now updates us since he sent the first mail. So that's the update. He sent 2 mails. That was the first mail. He said, after he sent the mail, he spoke to her, and then this is what he found out. She said she has feelings for me and another guy. She didn't get into details about the other guy. But according to her, it's 50-50. But still, she isn't still ready to get into a relationship now. Honestly, I'm just emotionally exhausted on the whole thing. And I'm literally at the point of giving up on love and the whole damn thing, and even marriage. And just chill, go out with different ladies and just have a good time. But I don't want to live like that, because it's not who I am. I'm just emotionally stressed. And I've told myself I'm over her like 100 times. But it's just really difficult to do that, really difficult. I would appreciate honest and sincere advice. Thanks. Let me stress the last line. He says that he will appreciate honest and sincere advice. So we're going to give you honest, not only will we give you honest and sincere advice, we're going to give you advice that will punch you in the face.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right? We're going to give you brutally honest advice. So that's the situation. Does anybody want to... Sir, you are a veteran in this game. So do you want to jump into this situation?
Yellow star.
First off,
let the ladies speak for ladies first.
Ladies first, actually.
okay, so he said, so ladies, what exactly is wrong with Cindy? What is going through Cindy's mind? She's 20 years old.
I think I want to say something. He updated the email because the last time I checked, it was one calling and texting her.
Yeah.
And now she calls frequently. And
Now she's calling and texting him back.
I feel like the other guy has pushed her away. Because she cannot just be calling, because she said it before, she has feelings for 2 guys. and all of a sudden you don't call before, and all of a sudden you just start calling and texting. Is it that she is for money purpose, or the other guy has pushed her away?
Or she has pushed the other guy away.
No, the other guy has pushed her away because it was very obvious that she was into the other guy more.
Yes.
Okay, so
Exactly.
so ladies, by show of hands, how many of you believe, like Loris, that she's into the other guy more?
The other guy.
So 2 ladies believe that she's into.
3.
I think we should have.
Okay, so 3 ladies.
Why do you think he's into the other guy?
Why?
Like,
Why? I don't
the signs are there. Like, you're already seeing it. You can't love a guy 50-50 and you're not physically available with that. Like, you're not there. Physical contact, everything is there. Communication is there. Relationship.
I think the guy is
And
lying.
It's not like the guy is not lying. She's actually being honest. And I like that. Like, I like that. But the guy should open his brain. Open his eyes.
All right, so you are saying that. So basically, but he is saying the girl told him that he loves both of them the same.
That's a lie.
That's a very big lie.
That's a lie. There's nothing like 50-50.
There's nothing like 50-50.
It could be that there'll be somebody she loves more than the other.
Yes.
Maybe she's not getting the person she loves is not reverting. Maybe she's not getting the love. There's a thing that when you love somebody and the person is not loving you back. You know, we female, we like attention.
Yes.
Like me, I like attention. I like it when you call me in the morning, call me in the afternoon, call me in the night.
Exactly.
Yes, call me.
Yes,
Don't just tell me you love me by mouth. Express it. So it could be that the one she loves is not showing it. The person's not showing it. She's not feeling like, don't let me lose
This other one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but it's not 50-50.
It's not 50.
That's a big lie.
So she's not priority for him.
Yeah.
Is that the general?
I don't think so.
Is that the general? No. Okay, so let me. We've set this stuff up now. I want to clarify something so that we'll take the conversation from here. Okay. Allow me to moderate you, please. Okay. Are we saying that she doesn't love this guy? Is that the general consensus?
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Okay, by show of hands. How many of us feel she does not love the guy? 3. How many of us feel she loves the guy? 1 person.
She loves what the guy can do.
She loves the guy because
She's
of
not
his
really
money.
into the guy.
She's not into the guy.
Sorry, from my point of
She
view.
feels that.
From my point of view, I don't think you don't see. We just don't need to be judgmental.
Yeah,
exactly. We don't need to pick things. We don't need to pick things from our own point of view and just begin to talk about it. If she didn't give us, we don't know the details of the girl with the other guy. Why is giving us the assurance that what she's doing to this TY, she's not doing the same to the other guy.
Too.
Yeah, I have female friends that you have 3 guys. They will tell you that more, John, I love this boy. But the way they'll be acting to that guy, like, are you sure you love this guy? If I give this guy my full time, would he use me anyhow?
Just come off that boss, child.
No. Right, so you have the opinion that she may like the guy, but she's pretending.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one. Imade, you were about to say something.
No, it's a two-way thing. We can't judge the girl, neither can we judge this scenario. A 20-year-old child or a girl doesn't know what she wants, practically in Nigeria. Yes, I have to be sincere with you. One, they have to think about education. They have to think about so many things. They don't want to settle down within that range. So what they try to do is to just mix up with people. Now, the best I could advise that girl, I would say, advise the guy is to give that girl time. He's not saying this girl. The girl in question that is saying she loves that other guy 50%, the truth is she doesn't love anybody. Girls only love who they see and the money that is attached to it. There's nothing like basically love or so. That's the truth.
The women have responses for you. Let's pause and because you've said something now. We can't just allow you go like that. He has said that girls like the only people they see and the person that can spend money on them. Is that true?
100%.
Wow. Okay, so we have one. Is that true? Okay, so we have 2.
It's true, actually.
So you're saying it's
for women for first.
That's
yes.
It's not gender based.
Help us on the mic to us. So yeah,
I said in that case, it's not gender based.
So
when
yes.
it comes to someone you can't see, normally you will feel attracted or attached to the person you can actually see more than someone you don't even know. Not that you actually know the person and somehow distance separated you guys. You don't even know him in the first place. Okay. Of course, you're going to love the person that you can see, more than the person you don't even know, just online. Do you understand? Yeah.
So it's not just
like I said earlier.
Of course.
But you can see
Like-
me on
Men,
Zoom.
women, you will not
The
be
truth is,
getting
like I said
close to
earlier,
more.
there's nothing like 50% love. If you love someone, you love someone. If you don't love someone, you don't love someone. It's as simple as that. That girl doesn't love the other guy, neither does he love this other guy too. She's just trying to be safe.
Okay, so
If this other guy comes back from that, from Canada or so, coming back to Nigeria, he shows this girl's love, real love, buy her things. The love for women is buy things. It's there. I'm telling you based on experience. That's the truth. Sir, let me tell you the truth. I want to say something.
Ladies,
We are human
gentlemen,
beings.
one house.
Let him.
Please let him land. Let him Ade finish. Okay, so you said a statement now. Defend it.
Now, this is it. Even men, if you have a woman that spends on you, you will love that woman than your wife.
why I don't go love her.
About this, everybody wants to be cared for. Now, when this guy comes in, take this girl out, buy things for the parents, buy this. The parents themselves, they will say, "Baby, Alpha, follow this guy."
So let me say, Imadi,
There are 5 love languages.
Imadi,
I think
Yeah,
I just
sorry.
mentioned one out of the
Can we, I want to ask, I want to clarify. This gentleman, you are, it won't be good, Kamaloma. You should be very physical on this set, on this show. Okay. You are telling him to lead with his wallet. Because he's sending out 20,000 per week.
No, I'm not saying they should keep sending her money.
Okay.
I'm saying let him be physically available to take care of this girl.
She should leave Canada.
He should leave Canada
Yes,
and come back to
it's not
Nigeria.
fair. No, the truth is, if you claim you love this girl, you can come. Except you don't know what love is.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing love cannot do.
I think he stated
No.
it. He
No,
said,
cannot come. Then
he
leave the
said
girl.
it that
Sorry.
his family
Sorry.
said he
Coming
should.
next year, right?
Yes, but his family said he should
Sorry,
wait.
can I say something? So
Okay.
So I think me for my own views, if you have to be logical, you have to be emotional too. And you have to balance it too. So the logical aspect is him not coming. But if you are checking the emotional aspect, I think the guy needs to come. That is emotional. Because from his story now, he said he has slept with a lot of ladies, Latinos and whites, and it doesn't feel the kind of feeling
Connection.
he's feeling for the lady that he has not even seen. So you should actually look at it from that emotional aspect to see that there's something different about the lady. There's something he's seeing about the lady and he's not seeing other ladies. And we are
She does not know. He doesn't even know her.
It does not even wait. And this issue is that we are to advise him not to give him your own personal opinion. You have to advise him based on his own experience, what he's going through. And if you actually look at the lady too, it's not as if the lady is the one that is trying to push herself or take items from the guy too, because the lady too has actually spelled that I don't need your money. So it not be like in the future the lady does not end with him and be like, after everything I've done for you, then you now decide to leave. But on the other hand, the guy, if you know say now the only thing you want with this, as he said, ladies at that age, they are not focused at the moment. All they are focused in is how to push their career forward. So
that's what you think.
That's what it is.
That is what it is. It's how to push their career forward. That is just if you actually
you rebut his argument.
Yes,
Let's just allow him to land.
if you actually bring out 10 ladies and randomly 10 ladies randomly and be like, when you are 20 years old, what was your focus? Majority of them, at least you see about 7 of them be like, oh, go to school and finish before saying they want to settle down. Before you say out of 10 ladies, how many married women are you seeing at age 20?
I've seen a lot too.
Compared to
They're already doing
Sorry. Frank, you have to summarize your.
Yes.
So you advise
So
your.
what I'm trying to say is, what I'm saying is, the more logical he gets to hold back, the more he's going to lose the lady. So if he really likes this lady, as he has said, put your money where your mouth is. So physical contact first for me. To me, it's not as if the guy is a poor person or he's not doing well. He's doing more than enough for him to say how much is a trip to Nigeria.
And the girl is not a good digger.
We need the FGI.
How much is a trip? Yeah. It's not as if you are only looking at it because you are thinking that it's a waste of fun. This guy has money. The money is not the issue. So, and you are more emotional.
So
It's
you
really
want
more
what? Are you
emotional. And
saying
it's
come back,
really,
come and see?
yes, the money is not
And
the
stay for how
issue.
long?
What does come, see, physical contact. Of course, goodies will always buy ladies' attention. That is just it.
Thank you.
Once you do sweet things.
Okay, so your own opinion is that you should come down and see her physically,
Come down and
face
see
to
her
face.
physically.
Beautiful.
It's not
All
about
right, so
Different perspective.
you have a different. We'll hear from the veteran in the game.
I'm not a veteran in the game anyway. You are just trying to qualify me with that. Well, from the story, it's so obvious that they are not dating. That's the guy and the lady from the storyline. So the guy needs to, first of all, pull himself together and stop getting deeper and deeper into the lady. He needs to put himself together. And like he said, he should come down to Nigeria, come and see the girl. Get to know the lady. There are a lot of discussion they need to do, frank discussion. Because when you talk about relationship, it goes beyond I love you. There are a lot of things you need to check in terms of family backgrounds, compatibility. You also check your health status too. How compatible are they? A lot of things are involved. So staying over there in Canada, you might not get all those information. So he needs, like he said, he needs to put his money where his mouth is. Come down here, see the lady, let them have a one-on-one conversation. And it's a known fact that when a lady is around their teenage years, whether we believe it or not, it's just about 10% of them that really want to settle down. Like 90% of them, they tend to focus on getting a career or a vocational skill or something that will keep them for the future. So, and the lady has really spelled it out. She said she wants to finish her school, go for her service before she can think of settling down. She already spelled it out. So for me, I will go with what Frank is saying. You should come down, get to know the lady, let them have one-on-one conversation. Then they should meet at equilibrium based on what the guy said that he wants to settle down in like 4 years' time when he will be 30. So they should have an equilibrium if the lady is willing to shift ground or is willing to shift ground. Money should not be the driving force. Because anything you start with money, it's just my own opinion anyway, you will not get the real intent from it. True. So money should not be the driving force. You first of all get to know the lady first and know whether the lady fits into his or her own plan. So you need to get to know that. So that's the advice I can give.
Okay, so the two of you are on the same page.
And him too.
Two of you, and you're on the same page with Imade. So I just want to be sure so that I can state your position. The position of Imade, Dave, and Solomon is that he should come down and meet with her. Is that your position? Yes. That's the position. Come down, travel, and meet with her, and see her, and talk to her. That's your position. So that's one position. Does anybody have any contrary position? Does anybody have contrary to that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start from Mr. Iwa, and then we'll go like this forward and back to you.
Frank stated that the guy is rich. Okay, I'm sure he must have a top-notch decision to get to that point of being rich. And I think he's not dating the girl. They are not dating. So it's a total waste of time. If he comes down to see a lady, he's not even dating. And what's the assurance that, okay, thank God you said compatibility check, what have you checked? At the long run, I bet you, the guy is going to turn him down because if you can over 4 months, you can't convince the girl to date you. What's the assurance? And she stated correctly that she has 2 guys already, and she's splitting the emotion 50-54. So, I'm telling you, even you, Frank, you will not want to come to Nigeria. You are in Canada. I'm telling you the fact. You know Frank.
You can't decide for
I'm telling you because
I'm not even sure that lady is even to any relationship.
Exactly. So why pull up that guy? So I'm rich. I'm rich doesn't mean I should waste Diamond, and besides, you say a 20-year-old girl. Well, I've been to some part of Nigeria where they marry at that age.
In school, how many do you?
Married,
I think if you see a 20 years old girl,
Yes, no one that just married a recent
What
man.
you're saying is
We can't
I feel if we have
you stated your positions. We want to hear contrary positions to yours. We'll do this back and forth. You get a chance to defend. We want to have a full conversation that we can follow from beginning to the end. Because I've been listening to you guys, and as you guys are talking, I'm taking down notes. And some of the things you are saying, they walk up to some particular points. And we want to give this person, because this decision is not black and white.
Yes.
Okay? I shouldn't air my thoughts now, but let me tell you a couple of things you have to consider as you are giving your responses to him. You are living in a world in which your actions, all right, are co-determined. Do you understand me? So it means that it's just like if you go and slap someone, once you slap the person, after the slap, you must be ready for what comes next. Okay, I've listened to you now. You've told me that you should come down to Nigeria, you should talk to her. What comes next? And so we have to have conversations that will factor all those scenarios because it's not one perfect answer. We're just acting off what he has given us. So let's allow other people to give us their own scenario and then we'll go over it and we'll debunk it. We'll go back and forth and we'll arrive at something that people can use. Because as it turns out, in the very, very first show we did, we were talking about traveling out of Nigeria, incidentally traveling to Canada. Okay? For a lot of young people between the ages of 18 to 35, particularly men, if they are not married by the time they are traveling, at some point in time, you will consider coming back to Nigeria to come and pick a wife.
Sure.
Okay? And you'll be faced with this conundrum. So as you are traveling and getting your visa to travel to Canada, at some point you may be sending an email to this show to ask for advice. And so we want this to be like a standing solution for people who find themselves in that situation. Okay, so having that now, with that background, Mr. Ewa, let's hear your thoughts again.
Like I've taken a stand already, and I think it's the best TY should take because they are not dating, like I said, and if he's rich, certain decision must have taken him through that path, and taking a decision to come and meet a girl you're not in relationship with, I think it's a complete waste of time. Because there's every possibility that she says no. Yeah. And there are 250 million Nigerians. And I believe the male to female ratio is like 54 to 55. I don't know. From start. So you can always find another girl.
God bless you.
Same face, same height, extremely gorgeous in Nigeria.
But there's something different.
You have just picked out of 250 million Nigerians, you have just picked Cindy and you want to come down to Nigeria because Cindy, you are not dating. My brother. Think twice. So I just want to
Allow people to voice their errors and everything. They are not errors, but they are pitfalls in what everybody is saying. Yeah. And I have follow-up questions, but I want to get everybody's opinion. So by the time I've given you those questions, other people you won't start saying that I knew that. You get who else? Who has an opposing point of view?
All right.
Okay, let's exhaust that line. You come forward and go back to the back. So Katrina, your thoughts?
Okay. The bitter truth about this now is that even at age 24, she's not ready to get married. That's just the thing. Because we women, we have this area like, once we are 24 and we have started achieving something, we want to achieve more. We want to stand on our ground before we start thinking about marriage. And some women, they don't really love like guys that are way older than them. This guy is 6 years older than her. Bro. It's not all girls.
6 years too old.
It's not. The thing is, it's not old though.
There are some girls that don't really like guys that are way older than them like that.
So you don't feel 6 years is too old. Okay, so let me ask you. You have opened up the door now. So now this is the question. How old are you?
23.
Okay, so you cannot date a 29-year-old guy. Okay, so
You want to date your mate.
I can't about me dating my age mate, but like some girls have their own age group that they prefer. It's not about me. Some
You say your mind.
Okay, me.
Listen,
I have my own age.
sorry, Catherine, you asked a question and you stated that 6 years is too old between people who want to get married. And I'm asking you now that you cannot date a guy who is 29 years old.
Yes.
He's too old for you.
It's too old.
Okay, beautiful. So that's your position. So you are saying that.
I'm not sure.
So you are saying that she should marry someone.
No, I'm not saying she should marry. I'm not stating the fact that she might not end up with him because of this reason. I'm just saying some reasons why she might not end up with him.
Yes.
So, are you saying he should not travel down, Abi?
He should not travel down.
And waste his
He's
money,
wasting
Abi?
his time. And moreover, his parent that his family said it though, that he should hold on and knows where he stands in the relationship. It's not as if they're even in a relationship. So what do you want to do? You're not in a relationship, and your parents are telling you, hold on. Wait.
I mean, too why? Okay. My husband, make send the money.
This girl, she's not.
I go follow her. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Let's finish our point.
And right now, he's not having any stand because he's seen.
I think what you people don't understand is the word traveling now that is actually making you guys revamp so much. So traveling now doesn't necessarily have to be that she's the only reason why.
Yes,
You guys wait.
All right. If we keep going this back and forth, we won't close out this show. I think you guys are bringing in people who have said no to you in the past and all that. You are refusing to this story and it's peppering you. I'm sorry, I know your nickname is Peppery, but But okay. Your response, you give them your response. Let's hear them state their position. Let's state their position. So your own position, it should not come down. It's too old for her.
No, it's not about you.
One of the
reasons.
But she's not strong. His standing is not strong enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not strong at all.
Daisy.
What I want to say in this case is that he's too deep. He should cut it down. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he
What do
really
you
do
mean
not.
it's too deep? What does that mean?
The love, the way he sounds from the email, is actually as if like without her, he can't live. Do you understand? For someone you don't actually know, it's too deep. So he should cut it down a little bit. If it's reducing communication, then he should do that. He should work on that. Do you understand? The fact is that he does not really know this girl. Do you get the fact that when you're talking with someone constantly, you tend to develop some kind of feelings for the person. So it's not new and it's not strange. Do you understand? So he should, maybe if he needs to cut down communication, then he needs to do that. Now, for you to know someone, if he should come down to Nigeria, let's say he will stay like maybe 2 weeks, 1 month. The only thing he's going to achieve is to know what she looks like. That's the only thing he's going to achieve. But he's not really going to know who she is. Within 2 weeks or 1 month. Do you understand? So it's not enough. So coming down is more like I just want to see what you look like, and that is it. You won't know her, you won't know who she really is, you won't know her true personality. Do you understand? And you might end up marrying her. So it's just as if you're marrying someone you do not know.
It has happened before.
Do you understand? Yes, it happens. It happens every day. Yes, we know it happens every day. Do you understand? And what also I have to say is that I don't really when you're in Canada, you're in another country, wants to get married to or you want to date someone else in Nigeria, you really need to be careful because you really can't trust their feelings. You really cannot trust it because right now, me self, please, if you have a number of someone abroad, please give me. I need that contact too. Do you get it? It's going to be easy. Now, marry me, I'll go over there. So you can't really trust me. You won't trust my intention. Do you understand? So he should be careful. He should also put that into consideration. Do you understand? Not after tomorrow, he will start saying, this woman have done this because the women have power. He will just put him out of the house. Do you understand? Not after tomorrow, he start complaining that I brought a Nigerian woman to Canada and she has done this, she has done that. You don't even know who you married, so you shouldn't blame her. Do you understand? I'm not saying she's a bad person, but you cannot trust her feelings. Do you understand? And on her own part, I really cannot decide. I really cannot say if she actually likes. It might also be that the conversation thing is also making her to be catching feelings and all. Do you understand? Maybe if they should live in a house for up to 1 month, they'll hate each other.
Yes.
Do you get it? So they don't really know each other. They don't. So he should be careful.
So he should be careful. He should not come down. Should he come down?
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't come down.
It's not enough. Yes.
It's not enough. All
It
right.
will just to see her face. That's just it.
So let's get to the front row and then your thoughts.
So I'll say TY, it's you, like this is happening to you, we're just advising. I'll say if you want to come to Nigeria and you think she's worth it and you have the funds, please come. So AY was saying something about 52 million people, ladies or whatever in Nigeria and Nigerians and ladies, and he was just trying to, if you think Cindy is your one person and you think she's worth it, please come. How sure are you that even if you come to Nigeria, you won't be the one to lose interest in her?
Exactly.
Like you might come to Nigeria and she's not even your spec. You're just seeing everything. Or if,
We
as
are
I
speaking
said,
about the money. It's not about the money.
Exactly.
In my case, it's not about the money too.
It's about the money.
If it's just
It's a TY situation. You guys are different. You are different emotions and thoughts that are passing through his head right now. As you are talking, there's someone talking like you inside his head, most likely. There's somebody else talking like you. There's that confusion. A good thing is we're able to bring it out. Now, if you're having this argument amongst yourself here, imagine the argument that is going on in this young man's head. He has spoken to family members. They probably are giving all manner of contrary opinion and all that. So let's start out with this. Okay, let me put this in. The answers to this person's problem is not binary. And that's why I said that the world is co-determined. If you make a decision in the world, it changes the world. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. The world, if two of you are chasing the same woman, the world as it exists is two of you are chasing the same woman. If one of you asks the woman out and she says yes to you, the world has changed. Because one person has lost out on a wife. So it's not... You can all be right, all right, at the same time. Okay, so let's just explore. What we want to do is this. Rather than saying my way is right, your way is wrong, let's explore the consequences of following each person's advice.
Exactly now.
So that by the time we are done, he can factor in, okay, if I follow Solomon's advice, this is the consequence. If I follow Dave's advice. And so I want everybody to state their positions. So that by the time they state their position, other people can debunk it. So that he is aware. You can see the position and you can also see altering points of view. You get me? So we're not arguing. You can say all this and the guy will say come down to Nigeria. You can say all this and they will not come. So haven't you had friends that you will tell them that this person is not good for you? And the person will agree with you. And then the next day you will see on their WhatsApp, no snake can separate our love.
It's life, practical.
All right. Yeah. So I want us to state our position and then we'll go back one by one. Okay, so Toby, you have to finish your thoughts, yes.
Okay, so Mr. TY, like I was saying, if she's worth it, you have the funds, please come to Nigeria and know who you're getting in with. Okay, you need to slow down on your emotions. Really, I would say you're going too fast. So you need to slow it down and see if, you said you've been with different ladies over there, white, Latinos and everything, but you felt something different when you started talking to Cindy. So whatever that is, you need to ask yourself, do you truly want to pursue this? If you want to, just do it. So just not regret it later. If you have the funds, I keep emphasizing on that. Just pursue it, please.
Okay, so you should come after.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you find out a lot of things.
What I would want to say is just the midway between those 2 points, and I'll give you my reasons very quickly. First of all, I would say for any passion that you have that's really, really biting you as deep as what he has written, you need to explore it. You can't leave it up to chance because you would always blame yourself for that. Yes. So I think it's a good idea for him to come. You should just put that on a list of to-dos because any Nigerian who is in diaspora and is coming back home, even if you're coming for a wife, there are other things you do in addition. So that's good investment. Please invest in Cindy. And after all, we need the foreign direct investment. Sure. Secondly, I would say, just like he has been advised, that he should have something, so to speak. What they were basically trying to tell him was that he needs to be surer, because the people giving that advice were thinking of the financial consequences, because a trip from Canada to Nigeria will cost him at least a minimum of even if he was given the ticket freely, he would still spend up to ₦1 million here.
1.2.
So that's a substantial investment financially. So he can blend that with a couple of other things to make it. For example, if I was let me give him the advice as somebody who's a decision I was going. If I'm the one to take that decision, this is what I would do. I would look for maybe Plan B and Plan C women and add to that list. Yes, so that when I come home, just in case it doesn't work out with Cindy, there will be Kudirat and Sarah would be maybe.
And make them exactly Cindy's spec so that you can
No, definitely. No, you just be opening new avenues to explore.
There's something about Cindy that he is not saying.
It's personal. It's not
It would just be emotion.
Let's go to Biodu. Let's go to Biodu and then we'll go to the top row.
See why? What I'm going to say is, number one, you have to slow things down. You are too emotional, kind of attached to this lady you've never seen, which is kind of wrong. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I would say it is wrong because you've not seen the person. Number two, you have to take it slow. In the aspect of the calling, you have to kind of distract yourself in a way that you wouldn't want to think of her. I don't know how you're going to do it. Just distract yourself. It could be with work. It could be with going out, like taking vacations. Just distract yourself from Cindy. Then number three, this relationship is just 4 months. And
the situation.
Let me call it friendship. It's just 4 months. For somebody like me, if I were to be in Cindy's shoes, I may not give you that green light that you want.
Yeah.
Sure, you understand? Because I feel like you are kind of bugging me. You are too attached. You might snore. And I hate people that snore. You might snore. And I hate people that snore.
Are you saying to stop these people?
That's
what you are saying.
And I believe that before that year.
Action right now. You're saying you should not come to Nigeria?
No. For now.
You should wait for how long? 1 year?
Like a year.
All right. So your opinion is you should hold on, stay back.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start back row. Juwojo.
I will start with a practical example. I'll start with a story. I'm going to give my point.
Okay.
I have this example. I've said that on this show before, and the guy became this woli and actually broke the relationship. Now, funniest part was the younger sisters of the guy. They needed to introduce my sister to another guy. Now, when the guy is not even overseas in Nigeria. When the guy came the first 2 months, my sister was just rubbishing my hello. And at that time, she doesn't have any relationship. So I just need to talk to her that, sis, what is wrong? She said, this guy is he's just chatting, I like you, I want to get married to you. He's not even talking, he's not talking sense, he's not making sense, he's not having the conversation I want. Not until after a while, the guy got angry for like some months and the guy had to come back. Now, when the guy came back, the whole conversation, now they're married with 2 kids. Now, this is how I'm going to. Because you love a girl, doesn't mean that girl must love you back. And because you think you're in Canada and you have money, so the girl in Nigeria must be dancing around that he's in Canada. No. You need to prove to anybody you love that you love them, not because of what you have or who you think you have. Now, this is it. See why? This is the biggest advice I'm going to give to you.
That's the conversation.
Tiwa, this is the biggest advice I'll give you. Now, listen, let's be sincere with ourselves. There's one particular thing we do as guys that is actually wrong. When you're talking to a girl, whenever I'm talking to a girl, I try to know your age bracket. It's your age bracket that is going to determine our conversation. I'm going to come with relationship per se. I'm going to first have this career conversation with you. What do you want to do with relationship per se? I'm going to first have this career conversation with you. What do you want to do with your life? Now, if you meet a girl at her late 30s, 27, 28, 29, 30, that kind of conversation may be too long. What do you think? How do you want to settle down? So you don't expect having a conversation of a 27 years old or 28 years old. With a 20 years old. She'll feel bored. She doesn't understand what you're saying. Sure. So this is what I'm going to say, Mr. Tiwa, go and work on your conversation skill. And don't just let's say. And don't just fly from Canada to Nigeria to come and meet a girl you are not sure. I'm not saying you should not fly, but there should be no. To be sincere now, there should be this an agreement. Make that conversation get to a point that the girl is already making you come. Like, I want to see you. Why are you coming over? But don't just think I just want to come out.
The girl must make him calm down.
Yeah, it must get to a point of I think I need to go and see this girl. Yeah. You must not just say, I'm on this girl because I like her. Let me fly. If you see me, you should go and see this girl. Yeah. You must not just say, I'm on this girl because I like her. Let me fly. If you see me, if she will even see you and rubbish you, that will give you more heartbreak. So this is it. Go and polish your conversation. Forget this dating. I want to marry. I don't know what you're saying with that girl, but from what you're saying, you're already shocking that girl with too much of responsibility of marriage. I want to get married to you. So T.Y., listen to me. T.Y., look at my face. Bro, calm down. Have a nice conversation. Take this as a guy sister face. Why do you guys a girlfriend? Thank you.
That's it. Okay, so he has given the opposing view to the people that say calm down. Well, Oji.
Okay.
Can you? Does he speak for you?
He can't speak for me.
Has he spoken all your thoughts?
He didn't even touch my thoughts.
Okay, so let's see the thoughts.
Okay, I think first of all, let's shift the convo from this girl. You are making it too special. You are saying the girl is special. That girl, the same way everybody says, my mom is the best. You are saying the girl is special. That girl, the same way everybody says, my mom is the best mom. Nobody mom is bad. Some of they are bad moms. That's the same way the girl is. There's nothing special about that. You can find a girl exactly like that. So let's leave that issue that the girl. There's something about the girl. No, there's nothing about the girl. So let's just leave that. Because the way you are saying, you're talking as if he loses that girl, there's no other girl like her he can find. You can find me not like her now. Hold on, chill now. No, that's not you are painting now. There's something about that. That's even one. Let me do that. Now, all this. Now, T.Y., nobody can love you. We can't love you the way your friend and your family loves you. Your friend and family, they've advised you that don't go until you have a commitment. Why does he want to go? It means that if he goes and the girl they know he might be damaged, not heartbroken. It means that if he goes and the girl they know he might be damaged for like 50 years. He might be damaged for like 50 years. If you have to recover from it, they know better than we do. And they say that if you go, it means that they said you'll be more heartbroken. That's number one. Now, he said she's in 400 level, that the girl is in 400 level. Of course, I was in 400 level. And she wants to play around. Anyways, you guys in Canada, let me talk about. There's a high chance of her saying yes. Now, we don't tell me that she's saying yes because she loves him. No, she's saying yes because she feels that I can use this guy as a ladder. And in fact, that girl that is saying I'm being brutal with you. That girl that is saying 50-50-50, the guy doesn't know what the Canada citizens can do for her. Yes, now because if you ask, even she's a lady now, she says that if she sees a girl in Canada, if she sees a guy in Canada, that she will say yes to him. Because that the guy is in 200 level, of course, she doesn't want. Now, he is saying that he loves the girl. The girl you are not seeing. It's infatuation. We all know, we agree that it's infatuation. Yes. And because you have been thinking over somebody, you are talking to her. It happens to almost every guy now. If you invest in a girl, you love her. Like if you are calling a that you won't get, it's just a general advice. Now, if I send you to school and you graduate and all that, I'll most likely love you because I've spent my money on you.
This is a citation.
Yes, then people are now telling me that the guy should travel down and show her. Don't do that because the girl, we all know is a general rule. It's research. Women are more loyal to their feelings than your sacrifice. So if you like, yes, now, so
that's another point.
If you like, buy heaven or earth. Now you're thinking that good is good. I agree with you. Good is. But I'm selling you 20K per month. Is that not good enough?
Per week.
God bless you.
Is it per week?
Doesn't need that money.
Who says so?
But what's good is?
She rejected that money now.
He brought something up, so let's go back to him. Though I'm skeptical on using money to lead the relationship, so it doesn't backfire on me. Update on this. I've sent her series in something substantial for her birthday in September. Update on this. I've sent her a series of funds. At a point, I was doing 20K per week for like 3 weeks straight. Then she said I shouldn't really be sending her funds and all.
That's 60. Shouldn't really be.
I will give that
shouldn't really be.
Let's cut out some stats that say, Baba, don't spend because at the end of the day, I won't stay with you.
You sure?
That's what she has told you.
Exactly.
Yes, because I'm putting it to you, in 2 years' time.
Allow she dies not true.
But you now I'm putting it to you that when she's ready, she should settle with the guy.
Definitely.
Wait now, chill. And all the ladies here, wait now.
You say yes.
So let's allow Oji to finish.
Thank you.
Oji.
Now all the girls, they agree, all of them, and the girl that say she should come, another say she should not come. All the girls agree that the girl doesn't love him as much as he loves the Nigerian person. They agree now. If you agree, what exactly are you doing here for partners to do in Nigeria for a girl that doesn't love you? The girl told you that she loves somebody, and we all know that when the girl tells you she's not ready, that means she's not ready. You know that she's not found her match. We all know now. I don't you know.
Can I say something, sir?
Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay, so you have to summarize your thoughts quickly so that
now,
Now,
let me summarize my thoughts. In some way, my thought is that the girl is in 200 level. She's 20 years old. So she's more likely not in her prime. I'm going to make prime probably at the peak of her beauty. I'm assuming that when she's 23, 400 level, probably be at the peak of her beauty. Now, if she's doing like this for you, after 4 months, when she's not at the peak of now, but that she's 23 years old, hot, have a lot of guys around her. Why you not doing it? Look at this now. By the time you look at this, I'm thinking, I'm giving my emotions from this now. As an external observer, Baba, lock up.
all right. So Oji is saying, now the sides in this debate of the sides in these advisors for TY, people are just picking positions and the battle lines are getting drawn. This is interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you have any thoughts on this?
No, but seriously, I'll just advise.
You've had a guy who you didn't love.
Yeah.
And the guy was leading with money.
She has been there.
And he was sending. Okay, so now speak from that point.
Did you say yes to me?
So like now, imagine that guy was TY, and you are Cindy. Okay, so speak from that perspective and let us know what Cindy is thinking.
If the girl doesn't like you, she doesn't like you.
Is there anything that guy can do?
Even with the guy sending her money frequently, she's still telling you like she has somebody that 50-50, telling you that the feelings is not even there at all because you can't have feelings for two people 50-50. There's not 70-30 or 80-20.
Should I go say that guy doesn't send you that other guy doesn't send you a time?
Yes, send her money from now to the kingdom come. That girl will not have anything for you.
All right, so that's your counsel.
Yes.
Did you see this person as in your own scenario physically?
Yes, I saw him.
Okay.
And the guy did even an interview?
Yes.
But Cindy has not seen this.
I think I have something to say, sir.
So Lois is saying that in our own situation, there's nothing that a man can do that if you don't love him, you won't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll come back to your position.
Yeah, so TY, this is pure infatuation. It's not true. It's not real. Somebody you've not seen, somebody you've not had conversations with, somebody you don't even know how she looks like, or even if you are doing FaceTime with this lady, you don't know, you've not really had deep conversations with her physically and know who she is. You might end up coming to Nigeria and find out that this is not what you want. And you're like, wow, after all the emotions built over 5,000 miles or 10,000 miles a week, thinking you found your wife. So the truth is, if I thought you want to come, it's fine. You can actually come if you have the money. Come down, have conversation with her. If you don't have to, those deep things are not necessary. as a guy for now. Forget about the deep love you cannot do without her and all those things. That's pure life. You can do without her. So if you want to come to Nigeria, have conversations with her, see if she's what you want. And if she's ready to go with you, fine. But if you want to stay back, you can also stay back. Have serious conversation with her on the phone. Hey babe, this is my intention for you. I really want to marry you and I know you're not ready now. And you already told me. So how is it going to work? Should I wait for you? Can we just be friends for now?
Sure.
All those things, you can actually have that too. So it's two ways. Is that you come, fine, and have this. If you have the money, no problem. And if it's on phone, you want to do it, you can also have it. But you need to be clear. Mama, this is what I want to do. Is it possible with you? Can I, it's just friendship with marriage in view. That is what I want for you because I like you. Right? So you can also have that conversation on phone. And if it works out for you, good. But all these deep things, just forget about those deep things. They are not real. It's just infatuation. You don't have anything. See, funny enough, you cannot know a lady, even after 10 years with her, 20 years, you cannot know a lady completely. So all those, she's your word. After even if she said yes to you and started dating, you just let's say 2 or 3 months into the relationship, she'll just come up with some attitude to be like, yeah. Now the girl don't infatuate about this. I thought she'll just start irritating you. So that is for, you just have to calm down. If you want to come down to Nigeria. If you want to talk to her on phone, you can FaceTime. Tell her your intentions. Let her know what you want. If she's ready, if she wants to stay, if she wants to wait for you, no problem. Either ways, make sure you tell her your intentions. That's it for me.
Okay, so that's everybody's position. So we've stated the positions. I have questions for each of you, for each of your positions. All right. So we're going to start globally. What I mean globally is we'll start at a very, very high level. We won't talk about TY. We'll just talk about relationships in general. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Okay. A man who is in his, let's say, mid-30s, right, who is not married, who has his career and his money together, who is good looking. The guy is in his prime of his looks. Okay. He probably will be able to pull as many women. If he's good looking, if he's about his business. A man, young man, mid-30s, right?
Yeah.
A young lady, 21, pretty, feminine, okay, who has been raised to in a feminine manner, would also pull all manner of men. If she's good looking and the rest, we know that. Okay, so now if this is what most men and women want, are you not going to have to compete for them? That's my question. In the dating marketplace, if you are looking for the best spouse or the best partner, are you not going to compete? What you're telling me right now is that on this, and this is a candid conversation, 3 other guys are choosing to leave.
And a lady, if a guy and a lady, what's the response? And all the men are looking at the. Yeah. But if a guy and a lady, what's the response? And all the men are looking at the woman. The guy will be and all the men are looking at the woman. The guy will be what's going on here?
No.
We know that now. No. The guy will be what's going on here? No. We know that now.
No.
That is a fact.
You know that.
I don't understand your analogy. You have to clarify this your analogy.
Now, my analogy is that women generally they compete for what other women want. That one is a fact. You can't debunk it.
Do you guys?
Unproven.
If you have a guy that all the girls in your class
you want him now. According to
don't even bother.
Pareto principle, 80% of women.
No, that we're not asking.
Stamina.
Listen, he asks a question.
Pareto principle, 80% of women.
No, that we're not asking.
Stamina.
Listen, he asks a question. I want to clarify because if we don't agree on your fundamental premise, then we're going to put it aside.
No,
the women are here. You are saying that you are telling me that women want to date men that other women want to date.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. That is what research says.
It very well.
Am I wrong, sir? Am I wrong?
Oji is correct.
God bless you. What research is now?
If you are in class and you have a guy that is very brilliant, handsome, exactly. Talk of the guy, majority of the girls in that class will want to associate with that guy.
You said majority, not all the girls.
Now, let me paint it in a better scenario. According to he said 80% of women want to sleep with 10% of the men. Yes, instead of women, if you have a room, let's say 100 women and 100 men, 80 of the women just want to sleep with 20 of the men.
Why?
So if you, now, if you are saying no, it means you are 20 of the women. You
are taking. It's gonna be hard to get the women to agree to that. So it's gonna be hard to get the women. Sir, it's gonna be hard to get the women to agree to that. So I think let's make a much clearer argument. If you have a man who is extremely famous, if you have a young man who is famous, who is 30 years old, okay, and you have another guy who is not famous, who is of the same age, they are both 30, okay, and let's assume you have a room of 10 people. And I want the ladies to follow because I want to build the foundation so you can get back to his point. If you have 10 guys like that, one of those 10 guys is the most famous guy on the planet. And you have 9 who are just everyday people that work regular jobs. And you bring 10 women into that room, all right, age 21, 22, 23. And they had to select from those 10 guys who they would want to date. Who would they likely want to date?
The famous one.
And that's what he's trying to say.
Thank you. Simple.
The boys.
So now that they agree with that's right. This is my question. And let's be honest. This does not reflect on each of you who are talking. This does not mean that because you agree with what people are saying, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Like on this show, we say that if women are looking for men that can support families, they are not gold diggers. They're being realistic. Okay? That's what we are saying. So my question to those people who are telling him to leave is this. If you have several men, okay, who are chasing one girl who is like 21-year-old, are you telling me that as soon as you find out that several other guys are chasing that girl, you will log off?
Most guys will log off. Most guys.
So you are saying that you would log off?
I will log off.
For the guys, let's
okay. So how many guys are you saying that you would log off? You will drop out of the race. You drop out of the race.
You drop out.
I won now.
All right. Let's flip it around now. For ladies.
Let's say
a class.
Yes.
Okay. So you're in a class. Or rather, the best scenario in a faculty. You're in the same faculty or department in school. And then you have a girl, she's the prettiest girl. And everybody has their eyes on the girl. Are you telling me that if you're a guy, and because you know that there are so many guys who are chasing the girl, you will drop out of the race? How many of you? You will drop out of the race. You drop out of the race.
That's the kind of girl I even want. I'm telling you.
So you will not drop out of the race? How many people will drop out of the race? You won't bother competing.
It happened to me.
Will you drop out of the race?
I'm not going to. It happened to me.
Okay, so you are going to. Okay, now let me flip it aside for the ladies.
Will you drop out?
I won now.
All right. Let's flip it around now. For ladies, let's imagine you find a guy. The guy is going to be heir to Dangote's fortune. All right? And you are in the same class. And the guy is talking to every single lady similarly. Be honest. If you had the opportunity to use your charm to pull him in, would you use it?
When you say similarly, do you think he's asking all of them how?
He's not asking.
It's just friends.
You know, before ladies come to ask, before guys come to ask ladies out, a lot of times if you want the guy to come and ask you, there are ways you ladies engineer it now. You know that now. You know that you probably put yourself physically in the same space with the guy. There are ways you engineer things. You probably want to borrow something from his charger and you keep it for like a week or 2 weeks. So he keeps asking you, how far do you bring it or something like that? There are things women do. Am I lying?
You become his friend, do things.
You become his friends and all that. Maybe like invite him or something, or find a way to just be where he is. Why are you guys looking at me as if I'm not?
You're basing the because he said if it was like the heir apparent.
Yes.
So it's like you're making it financial. For the guys, you made it like the hottest girl in the faculty. You understand? So we need to know: are you saying we'll like be interested in?
You have men. All the men are equally hot, but this one is going to be
all men though.
No, I'm saying that I'm from a selection pool. Okay. I'm building a scenario. It's not because I want to prove a point with TY's case. I'm being a scenario because I want to. You guys have said some things now, And there are underlying assumptions, and I want to address those assumptions. I want to understand why you are thinking that way. Because I feel the advice you give him is built on those assumptions. I'm saying that I'm not putting in money now. Okay, let's remove money. Let's imagine the guy is going to be heir to a throne.
Village throne.
Not village throne. Let's assume he's going to be heir to a throne in a country in Africa, an African country, but he's the son of the king and he will become king. And they are not democratic; they are a monarchy. And if he dates you, you become the queen of that country. So, but you're in the same class, and you have all of you in the class have equal chances of dating him. Would you drop out?
No, I'll drop out.
I'll drop out.
How can I fight for a man?
You're not okay. So you won't fight for a man.
Yes, now.
You will not attempt to
I will not even
draw his attention.
I can't try.
Would you attempt to draw his
Anything
attention?
will make another girl blow me for eye. I'm not trying.
The guy is like talking to you. Like he's having this
Okay, let me put the guy is talking to you. All right, and you can tell that this guy likes you.
No problem.
You feel that not that he likes you, but you can't say that he loves you, but you can feel that you guys are doing stuff together. But there's also another girl in the class that
same thing.
The guy is also talking the same way.
I'll lock up.
And he's not toasting her. You guys are just all of you are friends. But you want to date him. And you know several other girls also want to date him.
I'll lock up.
You leave him.
I don't drop out.
You drop out.
I'll drop out.
All of you drop. So you won't compete.
No, we know that what women say and what they do are different things.
You're not being honest. And I'll tell you why you're not being honest. There are people. There's a particular popular celebrity who I think should be in his 30s now also.
Davido.
And a lot of women are getting pregnant for the guy. And they know the guy got married. They know he has somebody else. And a lot of women are sleeping with him. So this is it. We're not saying you are gold diggers. Okay, forget about you. Average women, you will not do that. But if there's a guy who is extremely very famous, who is going to be heir to a throne, okay, do you have friends who would
I have a lot.
You have lots of friends. You have friends. So you understand that what we are talking about is if there are women, you may not do, but there are women who will.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So
now,
I have a friend that will tell me that even if he has a girlfriend, she does not mind being the side chick.
Okay, beautiful. So let's
I have friends like that.
let's come down to Lois. You shouldn't have said that now.
No, but it's real.
You really should not have said that.
It's the truth now.
No, you really shouldn't have. You just opened the door. Lois, I will tell you why you're not being honest.
Why am I not being honest?
Because telling me that you will not compete for a top guy.
No, I can't.
You are not being honest.
I'm being
do you know why?
I don't know what you want.
You know why? Do you know why I'm putting to you?
Why?
Do you know why? Because you've been on this show before now.
Don't go there.
I did that mistake once and I'm not ready to try it again.
Okay, fine. So you
But you've done it now.
But the
It's
point
a
is,
mistake now.
The whole year the mistake.
let me tell you this, Lois, okay, beautiful. So you found yourself in a similar situation. And so now we now come to dynamics of relationships. Sometimes we'll find somebody who we feel is like a perfect match. Or who will feel that this person either gets me, or this person probably will make a good husband, or this person will make a good wife. And incidentally, there are several other people who also can see good things. Because there are not too many good things.
People are not blind.
So now in that kind of situation, are you saying that you will drop out of the competition? For those people who are asking this guy to drop out of the contest. That's the question I have.
I'll still drop out.
Did you drop out?
That's
So
why I said
men-
I made a mistake then.
Oji, the question is not to the woman, the question is actually to you.
To me.
Yes, you find yourself in that situation. This girl is a good girl. So many people want to date her. Will you drop out of the
It's
competition?
not that those things down. Men most likely will drop out.
So you will drop out.
Yes.
It depends.
Yes, sir.
Let me say something. It depends on where.
Wait. Let me finish. She dey tell you no. What did they pursue her for?
No, she has not.
No, it's not saying. It's not saying.
She has not told you.
I know. Let me paint the scenario now. This is the issue. Wait, no. This is the issue. There are some girls that, as a guy, you don't just want to talk to. Let me give you an example. You are going on the street. You just saw a girl come down from 2023 Range Rover.
And you are playing.
You are checking. You want to go for that girl. Why? Because you have this mindset in your head that The boys that will pursuing this girl also, I can't stand beside her and
Okay, so let's flip it now. You are the one coming down for a 2023 Range Rover. The girl is trekking. And several people are also coming down for 2023 Range Rover. Also coming to talk to her. You drop out.
The girl is trekking and no, that's how I'm good. I can't drop out. Why? Because I know that this person I'm competing with, I have the power.
Okay, so
I won't.
You walked into
I can never.
Gentlemen, you walked into that one. It's good. Two of you walked into it. There's a point I want to draw out, and that's the point. And Dave, the men who are asking him to come down to Nigeria, that's the point they are trying to point at. I'm not saying they are wrong, but there's a point they are pointing at. The reason why you are eliminating yourself from that race is because you are looking at the competition and in your mind you have already calculated. No. Allow me to finish. Okay? You are looking at the competition, and as far as you are concerned, this competition is not worth it.
Yes.
Your chances of winning the competition is slim. Right?
No.
Okay, so why are you looking at the
now,
competition?
the scenario is, of course, you like the girl. Most likely, you approach her. She tell you no. What is it? What is it?
Yes, sir. She said she has never said no. She said no. She said no.
Sorry. I want to say my own personal experience. Don't mind no I see. Peter knows this lady I'm talking about. This lady was the center of everything. As in, she was. As in,
for your own eye.
Listen, an experience now. It's an experience. This lady, she's not even full. I don't want to do that, but she's not fully Nigerian. She's an Afghan, and you can see this lady is very pretty. A lot of guys during that period was like, I must get this guy. And I was in the race too. Chill. I was in the race too. And even outside there, I had some conversation with her. The people she was mentioning that were in her DM, and not even mentioned that I actually confirmed. I'd be like, these ones are Agba. But I won the race.
Sir,
you spend money for my market. But I have to be like experience.
It's not personal opinion.
Okay, so
let's clarify.
Okay, so you didn't back out.
And I won the race. You won.
Okay,
let's clarify. Is it the race to knock or the race to marry? There are two
When I mean winning the race was at that moment she was actually looking for someone to go into a relationship with.
Okay.
And with the list of people that was in her DM, even bigger guys and all of that, and she still factored me that at that moment I was the one she wants to be with. Yeah, so that was what I mean by winning the race. So we are not married now, though we are not together again. At that moment,
so you're not dating her now anymore.
Yes, but at that moment,
did you break up or she broke up? Be honest.
It was mutual.
But that's BS.
No, we broke up.
It can be mutual.
Let's allow him to finish his
So I'll tell you why we broke up. The reason we broke up is because first, this person, the family are well to do. That is one. And two is, the mother. Even there were sometimes she was with me, and the mother was always saying, marriage, taking it in her ears. And me, as a young guy, I was just starting my career. I've not even eaten anything. So I can't even talk about, I want to say, I have the finance to go and get married with her. She's married now. So I have to say, okay, guy, don't worry. The little we have had, let it go. Continue with your life.
All right, so Frank, I will tell you this, for the purpose of this show, that was not a win, that was a loss for you.
Yeah.
Right? So you may not like it, whatever, because as far as concerned, your time would have been better off dating somebody else than wasting the time you spent with her. You may not like me, but I'm being blunt with you. I'm being brutal.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I will tell you.
That it was a win.
It was a win. Based on your intentions.
Don't worry, no worry.
It was a win because of what you said.
Based on your intentions at the beginning. Just one night.
Not be only that. Because see, I have been with other ladies whereby on the long run, I did not even understand when they say you love someone.
But you love them.
Wait, so I don't even understand the intention of being into a relationship until I met her. Like, I was able to understand what's saying. Okay,
I get you. But on this show, we count by starting families. And since you guys did not start a family together, you learnt a lot. Okay.
Yeah,
but the point is this: for that particular, all right, you're not. I don't think you are qualified there to give this guy counsel to follow your. Because the outcome, you're not married to her.
Please.
You get?
Please.
If you are still dating, it's a different case right now.
I think I want to say something which I think we should clarify henceforth. Now, the ways are two different ways. Because, hold on, I have people. Yes,
Let me clarify so I don't get so whatever. He has already told you what his race is. He wants to marry her. He has planned his wedding day in your mind. That's why I'm benchmarking. So we don't derail this conversation.
I'm not derailing.
I'm benchmarking your outcomes. Do not feel bad. Okay, not every relationship and not everybody that you date, you can't marry everybody you date. Yeah. Obviously, so you are going to end up most likely most people marry the last person that they date. Obviously, okay. So, but for this particular point of view, for this person, the outcome which he wants is he wants to get married. Now, if you are the one who wanted to get married and she was not ready to get married to you, or she was not ready to get married to you on your own terms, and you guys had to split up, because what you are saying is that she was not ready to get married, she was not ready to wait, and because she was not ready to wait for you. And all that, you did not get married to her. If she was willing to wait for it, it's a separate conversation. But let's not, so that we don't go too much into your deep life. We want to give TY practical advice.
Ask the question again now.
The question I'm asking now is this: is that in this dating marketplace, okay, if you see people that you consider highly valuable, okay, are you willing to compete for them, or you just walk away?
To marry them, compete
to marry them. That's the question.
I feel
because he has said something. It's not that he doesn't have a problem getting women. He's telling you that he's pulling women, he's pulling Latinos, he's pulling white women, he's having sex
And
with
not Nigerians over there.
over there.
You should try Nigerians over there.
The reason why he does not want, the most likely, I suspect, he hasn't said that in his email, but I suspect that the guy has dated several girls, he has had sex with several girls, and he probably wants to marry. He wants to marry a girl that is still pure and fresh. Yes. That people have not in Nigeria.
Which one is people have not done?
Not that people have not. You understand what I mean? The girl that she's still a bit of power steering. So back to my question: are you going to compete to marry? Are you going to compete for a man, for the kind of man that you want to marry? Women say no, you will not compete. Are you going to compete for the kind of lady you want to marry?
Yes.
I'll go to war.
You will go to war.
I would.
You would. Beautiful. I'm grateful that you're still staying by her. You also would compete.
Life is competition.
So that's the question. Now the question right now is this competition, because in every single thing you guys have summarized, okay, the question you are saying is competition. And then my next question is this: are you saying that the man should only man should only date a girl that nobody else wants to date?
That's not the point.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Mr. Ewa, be practical.
Yes,
this is the situation. If you see any girl who is 20-year-old, who is like 8/10, who is very pretty, in Nigeria today, there's somebody who is toasting her.
Sure. Life is all about competition. But to this lady, Cindy, she's being blunt enough. Guy, we know they date. We are not dating. So I can't compete for someone that is stating the obvious. It's a different thing if that, okay, she's, at least to some extent, she's into me. She's giving me a bit of green light. Then I can push. So you're not giving me any point to fight. And you expect me, no, I can't go to war for a girl that is not giving me a green light. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're saying
so I can compete normally.
And so what's your definition of green light now?
Okay, at least she calls me. The guy
he said she has already started calling him back.
Okay, she said she stated to the guy that she doesn't want a relationship. Plus, and the red flag. She doesn't
want to wait for the next 4 years.
Exactly. And the next red flag is that she's having a feeling for a guy, 50-50, and there's every possibility that she's seeing the guy. So there's a point that she's not into me. So I can, if she's into me, no problem. I can give all out.
In that case, there's no competition. So I can. You've lost before you started competing.
Exactly. That's I can.
Okay, so you are saying that from the get-go. If a girl that's okay, so let's assume right now. Let me paint this scenario. I'm trying to play the devil's advocate. Okay, I'm not. When we'll still come back to the people asking to come. This is just my own questions. We're coming backwards. In this particular situation, if you meet a girl on the very, very first day, okay, and then she tells you that, and you collect her phone number, you start talking. and then she tells you that she just sees you as a friend, what do you do?
It's the first day now.
Okay, she tells you after 3 months that I just see you as a friend.
You can't see that as a friend.
Because of the level. I think it depends.
I like the way that I'm asking. I'm taking the question. Please, listen, guys. We're taking it step by step. This person needs practical answers. Okay? So, on the first day, she tells you that, well, you've gotten my phone number, but I want you to know that I have feelings for someone else. Or we can be friends. So that's first day. Do you continue to call her?
You can. She already made it clear.
You will drop out first day?
No. She already made it clear. Now, I want to cite. There's a
Would you drop out first day?
No. She
after 3 months.
3 months.
For 3 months,
But so 3 months, will.
And she now comes back and tell me that.
No, 3 months you are talking. She now tells you that, well, I still see us as friends.
But the underlying assumption why I approach her is to be a boyfriend or to date her. So if she's telling me after 3 months, then why should I proceed?
So your cutoff mark is 3 months time.
It shouldn't even be more than that. There's a movie, Love Don't Cost a Thing. It was just 27.
But that's a movie now. That's a movie.
I'm saying
it doesn't always follow that.
There's an article that states that ladies gets to like you. Maybe how many days? I forgot.
It's not much. Maybe 21 days or so.
No, I think it's 35 days. So
I won't take your word for it. Let's talk to the ladies.
No,
that's not true.
Mr. Iwa, we'll come back to you. Ladies, let's help this guy out. Has there been anybody here in which on the very first day you told the guy, I won't date you, and then somewhere down the line you change your mind?
Yes.
Is there anybody?
Yes.
Is there anybody? You change your mind?
Yes.
How long from the time in which you said you are not going to date him to when you change your mind?
Like 4 months.
Yeah, so the question should be, was she in a relationship during that time he asked you out?
No.
Yeah, that's easy.
What made you change your mind?
That's easy.
What made you change your mind?
His attitude, his character.
You not left that
It's
guy.
easier when you're not in a relationship. Somebody never asked you out.
So no, okay, now listen, ladies now, and that question to ladies. Let's assume you're at a point in which you have like 3 guys who are asking you out. Okay? At the same time. And you sort of like the 3 of them. You kind of like different things about 3 of them. There's one of them in which you like the conversation. There's another person in which you like the way he takes you out. Okay? And spent. There's somebody else in which the guy just shows affection and the rest.
This is deep.
I feel like you can't like them equally.
And you can't like them equally, I get. But at that particular point in time, how do you manage it?
I don't
Based on
know.
your love language, what you want.
It's stressful for me personally. I find it very stressful. So I just.
So what do you
like
do?
I said, it can't be equal. I must like one more, and I'll go for that one.
Okay, you say yes to that person.
Keeping up with the 3 of them is too stressful.
Would you break up? Would you break things up with the remaining 2?
Yes.
So that's what you would do.
Okay. The thing is that girls, the truth is, most girls like dragging things.
Okay.
They like to be wanted. They like it when different guys are wanting them. Not as if they really like those guys, but they just, they just like it when you're always calling them, checking on them. Do you get?
And don't be that guy. Please.
There's actually one guy that they actually like. You understand? So if you're that guy that they are using to pass and using to catch crows, sorry for you. If you're in a competition, you're wasting your time. That's the truth.
Protect it.
You understand? If you're in a competition, you're wasting your time. There's one particular guy she actually likes and wants. All that she's just using you to catch crows. So
Okay, but let's assume that the other guy the guy she wants and she likes it. That one drops out of the competition. What will happen?
Yeah, she will switch to the one of the ones on the queue.
That's the backup now.
Backup, yes.
Imagine, don't need
That and if exactly you
want to be a backup. No, that's the backup.
All right, so we've had your thoughts. So let's come back to the gentleman that said that you guys should travel down and all that. Okay, you've heard their thoughts. So Imade will come back to you. Okay, we're going around in circles and then we'll summarize. And probably we'll give him counsel that I think should encompass everything that everybody has said. So, if he comes down, he follows your counsel and comes down, then he talks to the girl. The girl now gives him the no in person. What should he do?
Go home. Dust himself and go home.
Yes, please. Please allow him to talk. He comes because they are saying he should not come, and they've told reasons why. He comes down and he gets a no.
Now the thing is, before TY comes down to Nigeria, there should be a good communication skill between him and that girl. Now after that,
What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's already around.
hold on. Now,
he has
they're
come down. He
communicating.
has followed your
Now,
counsel.
Okay.
By coming
So the
down.
moment he gets into Nigeria, he shouldn't force it in. Take this
When
girl
you
out.
use the word force it in.
you shouldn't even know. Let me. When I say force it in, you shouldn't force the girl. To me, I work with people often. I've actually taught over 1,000 people, and I've seen how they reason. Most especially when you meet someone of 19, 20, 21, their thinking faculty is different. Especially when it comes to girls. Don't force it. When she says she's not doing, leave it. Your own part is show her love, show her care. You love her. I don't know if you get one. If I love something, I will cherish it. Let me give you a scenario, sir. Sir, I want to give you a scenario. Sir, let me say something. Let me say something.
Let's say his story.
It is the man that loves the woman, right?
Yeah.
He has to show it.
They
It
love
is
each
Christ
other.
that loved man. That is why he died.
Okay.
I don't get
There are two different things. We need to understand the thing. The way he's doing the guy, let him do the right thing. Then the girl will follow.
No, you have done the right thing now.
Let him come. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. This is
come.
love.
This is love.
You don't understand
Okay, so his own opinion is that he should calm down, and that if he talks to her and she gives him a no, what does he do?
He continues.
Continue.
Talking with the girl. He doesn't need to force the girl.
At what
The same person that hold on now. The same person that says no. The same person that says no. With time she will say yes.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
all right, so at what point should he give up?
The guy is not ready. 26 years old, still in 400. He's not ready. He's just looking at a frame. The guy is actually looking at a frame of 2 years. Oh, yes, now 28 now, right?
So he should chase that for 2 years.
No, I'm not saying you chase her for 2 years. What me I'm trying to say is very clear that when you ask this girl out and she says no, that doesn't mean you should let her go. If you let her go, it means you don't love her. Because the truth about love,
Please allow him to finish.
Allow him to talk, please.
Wait.
I want
How
to
can
say
you guys
something.
be crying more than the beauty?
Hold on, please. I want to say something. Basically, we claim to love people, but the truth is, we don't know what love is. Although I've experienced it once before, but not for now. But what I'm trying to say is, if truly you love somebody, you would go an extra mile for that person. Even if the person tells you no, you will still be calm. That would not change you from doing the right thing to that person.
All right. So
In that process, that girl might eventually then change her mind.
okay.
So there are different kind of no.
You stated this position. All right, we'll move on. Okay. I know your position. Okay. Your position is similar to him. There's just one question I want you to answer now, and this is the question.
Okay.
If he comes back, he sees her, she tells him no. What does he do?
Yes. As I said, keep it open.
For how long?
Wait. Until he satisfies himself.
How long?
How long? Okay, let's put time into it. Let's say maximum of, let the lady enter maybe year 3.
So you should stay with her for 1 year.
Just 1 year.
1 year. Okay, so you're giving a 1 year time frame. Beautiful. So if he says no, you should. Then after 6 months, if you ask her and she says no, what happens?
Then explore the options.
All right,
That's
beautiful.
all.
What's your thoughts?
Well, when you say you love someone, it goes beyond emotion. The fact that you ask someone to marry you and the person turns down the offer, that doesn't mean you should cut the person entirely out of your life. There are other benefits that can come out of the relationship. As you are seeing me, that I told you I'm married, my wife is not the first person that I dated or asked out. But those people, we are still best of friends today. We still talk. And I've gotten a lot of other benefits from them other than marrying them. So love goes beyond the emotion or the infatuation. To me, to TY, I will tell him if truly he loves this lady, like we have advised before, he should continue, engage with her. And if it's paraventure now ended up turning out that the lady said no, the lady is not interested in marrying him, that doesn't mean they can't still be best of friends and still have other things to do in the future together. Not necessarily that it has to lead to marriage. But from my experience, ladies in their 20s and 21 that said no, they are not interested, they ended up changing their mind later and say yes.
But not to you.
The same
Alright, so let's
the same person.
okay.
Once they see your intention, they get to know you. They later change their mind and say yes to you.
Okay, so I have to.
To me, I would say you should keep on for at least, let's say, 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now.
You begging someone to date you.
Not begging.
At this point,
we have to.
You are begging now.
That's the way you are saying it. It's not begging. It's not.
Okay, so you said something. You said you should keep disturbing the girl, or you should keep talking to the girl. For me, you are bugging me.
God bless you.
Disturbing my life
God
at that
bless
very
you.
moment. Even if I'll come back to you, we can be friends. No, I actually agree with your idea. We can be friends. We can be talking once in a while. Don't bug me.
And they can be billing you.
You can't be
once a
letting
while.
you know.
Yes, I can bill you once a
If
while.
I tell you no.
Had an act, your heart be broken before because the way you always
Almost everybody almost everybody have been broken before.
Wait,
take things too
Why? Because I've seen enough men that go through these things.
Okay, so you guys, let Louise talk. And after she talks, all right, we'll hear Juma. And then I'll wrap up. We have to give this guy a counsel. And so I'm going to take the things. And I am going to walk the fine line between your opinion. And I'll tell you the reasons why. I'll tell you why and why not. Okay? All right, so Lois, can you complete your thoughts?
Okay, if I tell you no, I'm not interested. Okay, there might be tendency that I might come back to you in the future.
Sure, now.
But for that time, you don't disturb me. I've told you no. Give that space. Respect the fact that I've told you no. Let my no be my no. You can't be disturbing me. After telling you no, you disturb me for extra 1 year. Why? I will block you instantly.
Okay, so that's so you will block the guy. Beautiful.
Now this is it. Before I give my point, I have a question.
No,
Sincere question.
Give your point.
Please, we need to be sincere to ourselves here.
Okay.
All those guys in this place, all the girls that have dated in your life, the first time you asked them out, they said yes.
No.
So
That's it
they
now.
are different type.
But I don't for 3 months too. I don't have to 3 months too.
No, I have the floor,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, walk the floor.
No. Now, I have the floor.
Allow him walk the floor. Allow him walk the floor.
Now, there are different type of no.
Yes, now.
There's a no of, don't talk to me again. Guy, you are disturbing me.
Sure.
There's a no of, see, I don't want to put myself into a new relationship for now. Please, let me breathe. And there's a no of, I have a boyfriend. So that's how I said, that's how I started from, this thing has to do with conversation.
Sure.
All of us that have dated, you can never say all the old girls we met. The first day they tell us yes.
No.
Or they tell us no. We now say, because this girl say no, I'll not talk to this girl again. So, I have the floor, sir. So it depends. It depends on the level of the no. What is bringing this no? Is it actually this girl has a relationship? Or this girl, they will tell you that, see, please, I don't want any relationship for now. I just had the breakup and
sure now.
Let me just be, I don't want a relationship for now.
So
it depends on kind of the no. So you can't just say because somebody tells you no, it's a turn off.
So TY's no is what?
Let's close this out now. Okay, we have to close this way on. So because we can keep going round and round in circles.
I think this year
I've taken at this point, I've taken the essential points for the show. Okay, so we'll walk through the situation, and I think, and again, that's the reason why I mentioned the issue of competition. There are two things I drew out from our conversation.
Sure.
Okay, the first thing is competition. The second is time, and those are the two essential things: competition and time. Why do I say competition? Because a lot of times the things that you want, several other people want them the same way you want them. The second thing about time is a resource that no matter how much you have money to pay for it, you cannot get it back. Okay? If you spend 2 years on somebody you shouldn't be dating, okay, you can't go back after breaking up with that person. The problem with giving people counsel, like this counsel on who to marry, what career to study, what direction to head, is that there are a billion possibilities that open up to people. And you cannot predict what people's responses are. But a lot of times you have to work within the circumstances that are open to people. And so we're going to give you counsel. So the counsel that you have heard is, you may make those decisions and see different outcomes because nobody can see into the heart of the girl that you're with.
Sure.
Okay. However, there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. And it's a thin, fine line. Here are my thoughts. If you find somebody, if you want to date somebody and perhaps you have a particular standard that you feel that women or a man should meet. And you meet a man who meets that standard, and it's a standard that most men or women want, you're going to enter into competition. Okay? We don't like to face it, but at some particular point in time, there will be people who will show affection for the person we love. Okay? Your boo will also have a boo, as that song goes. Okay? And you must ask yourself the question, do you want to compete? What are your realistic chances of competition? And it's extremely hard for anybody to answer that question because you know that situation slightly better than most of the people here. There are two possible outcomes. If you choose to compete for this lady's affection, you may end up with her. Okay? Which for you might be a win. But much more than ending up with her, you really need to be certain that this person that you're ending up with is somebody that you want. And just like the men in this panel have mentioned, Yemi mentioned it, he feels that what you're experiencing is infatuation because you have not seen her physically. Okay? If money is not a concern, and you are sure that your chances of winning the competition for affections are high, you may want to consider coming down physically. The physical coming down to see her is not as a king coming to conquer his castle. You are coming to verify that this girl is as fantastic as you think she is. There have been lots of people who have gone on dates with people. They spend 4 or 5 hours a day talking to them. On the first day, they broke things off. There have been stories of men who came down to Nigeria. They met the girl for the very first time, and they never spoke to her again. The love died. Okay? Because the girl physically, all right, and her character was not what she felt, what he felt it was. I, yours truly, have gone out to go and check for ladies that I thought, and the first day I saw them in real life, I didn't go back again. I didn't talk to them. So it's, if you really want to verify, coming down to Nigeria may not win your affection. You probably might open your eyes to reality. And so those who are saying you should come down, if you come down with that mindset, you probably may serve that purpose if the resources are not out of the extreme. If you're going to take a long journey with people, it's important for you to know their habits and their behaviors.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the decision of who you are going to end up being married to is not the kind of decision you make on the basis of I sleep, I wake up, I can't think of this. I can't think of any other person about this girl. The girl, if you end up with her, she's going to make you angry. She's going to make you mad. Some days will come, you two of you may feel like killing each other. Okay? All right. So you cannot go. Your decisions have to be grounded in emotions, but also in logic. And that's what the gentlemen who have said that you should forget about it have been drawing. If you come down to Nigeria and you ask her out, and she says no, okay? Just like Loisa said, you may want to give her time. Some people will suggest that you give her 6 months. And 6 months' time, you ask her out. Again, if her thoughts have not changed in 6 months, my own personal recommendation is you move on. You move on. Sometimes you may end up with people. Sometimes, again, from experience of some of the people who have been here, sometimes you may be asking people out at the wrong time in their lives.
Yes.
Okay. The girl probably is at the beginning of a romantic attachment with somebody else. And until she probably has learnt or has experienced, she has made a heartbreak from that person, she may not have space in her heart for you. So you may want to keep that at the back of your mind. If you also date her right now, there's also a good chance that she may also decide to break things off with you, and you would have spent time with somebody that you struggle to convince into a relationship. Again, nobody can tell you exactly what will happen. Okay? So the summary of this entire conversation is this. If you choose to come down, just as Gabriel has suggested, you are coming down to Nigeria to do other things and also to pop by and see her. You're coming to confirm that she is who you think she is. Who you think she is. And you're coming to see the chances. What are the chances that even if you start dating this person, the two of you can end up in a relationship? Personally, I would advise you to stop sending money. Okay? Because a fool and his money are usually soon parted. Okay? The girl is a good girl, obviously, because most people, I am a man and I cannot guarantee that if you are sending me 20,000 a week, I will not continue talking to you for the next 5 years. I cannot guarantee that. You are talking about 1,040,000 going to a girl in 200 level.
Who has not said
It
yes.
takes a lot of confidence to say no to that kind of pressure.
Exactly.
And if the girl can say no, despite that kind of money, then that's even a much worse no than when you are not sending money at all. So, but I think you should come and verify for yourself to be sure. Sometimes we have to hear no in person.
It's stronger. Create more.
All right? There's no man here who has not heard no. Is there anybody that has heard no? You've never heard no.
No, the impetus to fight.
Okay,
more.
so I think those are the essential points I've touched on. There are a couple of other things that came up in the course of the conversation while we were talking. On the issue that if you truly love a person, when you are dating people, I would say that it's best to set a timeline for when you are going to walk away from relationships. Because like some women have said here, there are some ladies who will just keep you in the friend zone and they can keep you there perpetually for 5 years. I'm not saying she's doing so, but because you do not know whether people are honest or not, the same way in which in Nigeria you do not send money to people before they deliver the goods to you. All right? It's important for her to also have skin in the game. Yeah. As it is right now, your emotions, you've let it go. And I think this is a cautionary tale for most young men generally. And for those of us who are a bit slightly elderly, not elderly, but slightly older, okay, it's usually not a good idea for you to show your true feelings too early. Because some women like the uncertainty of knowing whether you like them or not. All right. So if I were to advise this young man, all right, before he got into this, because some other person may be in diaspora and you may be thinking of chasing a girl. If I were to advise someone, before you find yourself in this situation, if you get the girl's number and you're talking to her, make sure that she sees your social media is filled with several other girls just like her.
Important.
Make sure she realizes that you are not the center of her world. Make sure you show that you have a life and you do not spend your entire day waking up and texting. Because if you really have a very, very potent life, really, you won't have all the time in the world to say you're texting one person. You can't survive with the person. Get busy about your business and find somebody who is in the right frame of mind, who actually is looking to get married. Okay, so my own summary is this person is not ready to get married yet. She has told you.
It's obvious.
And you cannot force people to get married against their wishes. Okay, so come down to Nigeria, take your no. Wait 6 months. If it's going to be a no in 6 months, take it again and then move on. Come down to Nigeria, get your yes, and send us an email thanking us for our counsel. Come down to don't come down to Nigeria. Sit back and break away. End the relationship. There's a good chance 6 months she may message you and say, hey, big head. There's also a good chance that 6 months' time, you may see our pre-wedding pictures with the other guy. You can never tell. We can't predict the options, but at least right now with this, you have an idea of what fellow men and women like you are thinking. Somewhere along some of these answers, you will find a pathway that will be useful to you. And you can take and use the pathway. And if you feel that anybody's counsel here has been of benefit to you, of course, you heard their Instagram, you heard their Twitter. You can send them one of the 20K to say thank you. So with that, I think we should close out the show.
And above all, you should also pray about it too.
Of course, pray.
When we shall
pray, please. Hallelujah.
That's also extremely important. Prayer. Thank you for coming from the show. And then please like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family. In September, we will start streaming. By September of 2023, we'll start streaming live sessions of the show. So as we're having the show, we'll also be streaming live. Okay, and so be on the lookout for the streaming key and streaming password once we start. So thank you very much.